Yo, what's going on, everyone? So, this is the 1,000 subscriber special. You know, we did it. We're here. Took like 11 or 10 months, something like that. But we finally got it. Obviously, thanks to everyone for helping me reach this goal. Couldn't have done it without you. I know it's cliche, but literally couldn't have. So yeah, we're going to be using random decks because I feel like it. And let's just get into the first segment of this video. Alright, up against Lucas here, so... for every special I've done that I've made a video about, I've always talked about the history of the channel, so I'm going to try and summarize it in one match, because this video is going to be decently long, and I do not want to make this video too long. So, when I started off my channel, you know, obviously 0 subs, underdog, I mean, I still am now, I'd say, but anyway. Underdog, you know, I was making Mega Draft videos, because it was the Mega Draft season during that time. Making my Mega Draft videos, having a good time. And after that, I started doing, like, Goonie deck videos, like Big Bone Jones Pumpo, Big Bone Jones Balloon, stuff like that. So, you know, I expanded the type of videos I made. After that, I started doing, like, unique ideas, like, charging only deck, what were some like the earliest ones, like the slow deck, the balls deck, stuff like that. After that, I moved on to doing like, or sorry, not moved on. I did a BO5 against a viewer, which led into me doing a BO5s against X Dragon 7, which became the entire series and like feud. And then at that point, I think I was around like 80 or 100 subscribers. After that, you know, like I said, did the BO5s, and then that's kind of where I started getting my groove, and that's where I started mainly starting to do the unique ideas and Goonie decks, what I've been doing basically for a good portion of my channel for a while now. You know, if you watch me frequently, you know that I like to try and make unique ideas. That is an interesting zap. I don't know if I agree with that. But yeah. So the unique ideas thing, that started to become like my main focus, just because I wanted to try and stand out from the rest of the crowd, because these types of videos aren't exactly the most creative things in the world. The big shocker. But yeah, anyway, so that's when I started getting my groove in there. Then I got 100 subscribers, and I did a 100 subscriber special where I talked about the history of everything. What was the video I made that first blew up for me? It was like, well, sorry, not first blew up, but like first got 1K views. I think it was like using cards that are like in buildings or something. I think that was it. Maybe. Anyway, I can't exactly remember. It's been a little bit now, so apologies for my forgetfulness. But anyways, I got my first 1K view video. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I started doing my thing with the unique ideas, and then, you know, I had the beef with X Dragon 7. We started our BO5s. Then we had like our subscriber race, which ended at around like 700 or something when he overpassed me. What else was there? I'm just trying to think. Did anything big really happen? I don't really have like a lot of series on the channels, but after doing that for a little bit, I started doing shorts where I did like, did you know that the what's an example I can give? Did you know that the skeleton dragons are called the skeleton dragons because they're made out of bones? And did you know the baby dragon's called a baby dragon because he's a baby to the dragon? Like dumb covers like that. Do you know the electro dragon is called the electro dragon because he shoots out like lightning? I did those shorts for a bit. You know, that was kind of like my bread and butter. Also, beautiful hog, by the way. Started doing those. Some people liked them, some people didn't like them. They thought I genuinely, like, didn't know that stuff. Did you know the Mega Knight's called the Mega Knight because he's a bigger version of the Knight? Wow, so surprising. Definitely not being sarcastic. Anyway, I did those for a bit. That was fun. I eventually stopped doing that. I think not too long after I started Temporary, which I promise I still do work on. If you keep up with Temporary, I'm sorry, but I do still work on Temporary, don't worry. Wait, he just... So yeah, I started Temporary. Don't know what Temporary is. Basically, it's just one of the only series on my channel where basically I have to play cards from the current or previous arena. See, I started temporary. That's still ongoing. It's like basically one of my only series. I guess I could bowl like this. I did temporary, I kept with unique ideas, and then I got to like 500 subs, 600 subs, 700 subs, all that fun stuff. Did more collabs with X Dragon 7. And I mean, yeah. Aside from that, I started making more dumb shorts, just not like the ones I talked about. It turned into like Little Prince voice lines. Protect the air, all that fun stuff. You know, just doing my own thing, whatever I think's fun. I could have taken the dark side YouTuber path where you follow the trends and the algorithm, but you know, that's not really my thing. Not saying I haven't done that before. Like, I obviously have done some Little Prince videos, and I cover the updates and stuff that I know is going to get popular just because of its relevance, but not really a fan of hopping on the trends. So yeah, I mean, basically ever since then, I've just kind of been doing the exact same thing, unique ideas, or I just make like, I use Goonie decks if I don't know what unique idea to do. And that's what I've been doing. I also did Mega Draft versus Viewers, like one of the most fun, it's not, I won't say it's a series, but it's not like there's ever like a plan when I release it, it just kind of happens. We have Mega Draft versus Viewers, my live streams. Definitely the most fun like I've ever had playing this game. Yeah, it's such an enjoyable concept. But yeah, so I did that. That's fun, still is. Love doing it. Have that going on. I started doing Clash Mini videos. That was pretty fun. Shutting down April Recipes Clash Mini. That's pretty fun. Still have more of those in the bank. You know. And yeah. After that, again, basically same old stuff. Just making more Goonie shorts, making more Goonie videos, all Goonie stuff, Clash Mini. I did a few more streams. I mean, yeah, it was pretty fun. Did some collabs with X Dragon 7. You know, fun stuff. So, I know this sounds like a bit like rushed and like a bit like out of place. I mean, I don't know if that's the right word to say, but this isn't a script or anything. I just don't like doing that because it just doesn't feel real. So, sorry if I missed a few things, but I think I covered most of the general topics. So now we're going to move on to the question segment, aka Q&A. Alright, up gets a name I can't pronounce. So, first question here from QPow7840. He says, is Expo your favorite win condition, or is it something else? So yeah, I'd say Expo is definitely my favorite win condition. I started playing it about 3 years ago, I believe, and I was pretty terrible for like the first year or two. And then I started actually getting decent with it. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite win condition. I love it. It's terrible. It's definitely terrible, but it's just so satisfying when you do something and you can just outplay your opponent. And yeah, I just love the feeling. A lot of people say it's no skill. And there's going to be more people probably, I can name a few, in the comments that are going to say, oh, Expo actually is no skill. They're goons. They're goons or they're trolling or both. But yeah, I love Expo regardless of how good or bad it is. It is definitely my favorite. Also, if freeze counts as a win condition, then that'd be my second favorite win condition. I'm just kidding, Next question from same person, QPow. He says, first card level 15, if not level 15, the highest level. So, I believe Big Bone Jones or the Log was my first level 13 card, I think. And if we're talking about 14... what did I max first for 14? 14, I think it was Log or Expo. I believe. I think it was Lazer Expo. Alright, Fraction of Light 4495 says, well, first of all, he said that he was like happy that I got to 1k sub. Decided to serve. He's going to say I was going to be the big dog, so appreciate you for that comment. But first question, he asked, am I happy? So, I'd say in general, I'd say I'm happy. Not too much to complain about. Life's pretty good. I'd say in general I'm pretty happy. Obviously, everyone has their ups and downs. You know, nothing's ever perfect all the time. So I can't say that I'm always happy, but general, like, yes, I would say I'm happy. So I'd say it's pretty good. Yeah, not too much to complain about, honestly. You know, most of the time, like I said, it's pretty good. Nothing to complain about. Not feeling down in the dumps or anything. I mean, playing this game sometimes definitely makes me unhappy. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of times where I really do not want to make a video, but I still do. Alright. Next question, or sorry, questions are from XDragon7. When are we getting married?
Do you support the LGBTQ plus
How many
community?
babies could I take in
No,
a
I
fight?
don't.
So if you don't know what he's talking about, I made a video where I ranked all the Clash Royale cards, and I ranked them based off of how many babies I think they could take in a fight. So basically he's asking like where I think I would rank on that list. I think reality and not one of these like situational thingy things, I could definitely take a lot of babies like on in a fight, Steve. So anyways, if it's just fisticuffs, like if I could use the babies themselves and I could get like a baby, like just a line of babies just like swing it around, but if I can't do that, then I'd probably say like probably 4 to 500, I think. At some point they're gonna overwhelm me. Maybe I could take more. Like we'd have to actually see this in person. Like I don't know, maybe underestimating myself. I'm not sure, but I'll just go with that. How does it feel to do YouTube as a full-time job? I don't do YouTube as a full-time job, and I don't really plan on it. So I guess it feels the same as before. Next question: face reveal when? I don't think I'll do a face reveal ever. It just doesn't feel necessary to me. Like, sure, I could do it. Like, I don't have anything against doing it. It's just, I just don't see a point. Again, just not really my thing. Maybe one day in the future I'll change my mind. But for now, there is no plan face reveal. And what happened in 2001? Don't know why you're asking a question that you know the answer to. If you don't know what XDragon7's comment is referring to, he committed some heinous acts in 2001 that he constantly denies, but we all know are true and happened. If you don't know what he's talking about some crimes he did in 2001. Basically, things that I could not say on YouTube. He did to some women and children. They were never seen again. No one knows what happened to them. So, rest in peace to those poor souls. That's all I have to say about that. Again, not sure why he's asking me the question that he knows the answer to. He's making it seem like it's some mystery and what's not. Alright, up against Rohit here, so Chwalik asks, are you planning on moving to other platforms like OF? OF stands
yeah, Lazer, it's almost
only,
as hot as you.
Followers that are loyal. I can't say that name, otherwise I probably, you know. Yes, you can check the link in the description. No, I'm just playing. I don't plan on moving to that platform, and any platform that's really... Okay, let me rephrase. I don't plan on going to other platforms that involve making videos. I might, you know, one day maybe have a Twitter or something. But aside from that, no, I don't really plan on moving to anything else. I'm kind of fine just... This guy's a level 13 Icewiz. Is this guy playing a random deck too? Respect if he is. Anyway. But no, I do not plan on going to other platforms. I just don't really see the point. If I want to stream, I have YouTube. I don't really need Twitch or anything. So yeah, I definitely do not plan on it. Not saying it couldn't happen in the future. Maybe if I change my mind or if something cool comes out that I want to try, then maybe. But as for now, there's no plan. Alright, so Dave asks, most irritating Sierra YouTuber besides XDragon7. So I mean, besides XDragon7.
Oh my god, Archer Queen
obviously
feed.
he'd
Oh
be
my
first,
god.
If I'm being real for once, okay, I'm just gonna explain my thought process. So I would say it's either Ian, as in Ian77, Crusher21, or Austin Sierra. Now, a few of you probably don't like that answer, which I fully expect. But it is the truth. So, I mean, I actually used to watch Ian a lot, and maybe it's kind of like a dumb or like petty reason that like I just stopped watching him and just don't really like his content, but he just kept making the same joke, like, it's time, it's hogging time. And every time I heard that, it would just be like, man, please stop. Like, use it so much, man. I don't want to hear it anymore. So I stopped watching Ian because of that. It's not like I don't like him or anything, but I just find that very annoying. So maybe he doesn't do that anymore, but I'm not really sure. No hate to Ian or anything, just wasn't really a fan of that joke. So I won't say it's Ian, but it's definitely between Crusher or Austin. Mainly for the same reasons as each other. I'm going to get to that in the next match, though. Alright, up against another name I can't pronounce, so yeah. Alright, up against a name I can't pronounce here, so continuing the last question, for the same reasons as each other, it's just, I used to watch both of them kind of like Ian, but with Crusher and Austin, it's a bit different. Like, they both repeat the same jokes, which, you know, I wasn't really a fan of just because it gets old after a bit. But it was just more so that they had so many jokes that they just did all the time, and then, like, they just, like, were always yelling like this really loudly or shouting, whatever you want to call it. And then I just got tired of that. Like, that's just not my thing. I was just like, this just kind of sucks. Like, so yeah. Again, I wouldn't say I hate them. I definitely don't hate them. They're just, like, my least favorites. So yeah. Out of the two, though, I don't really know which one I would say I dislike more. Again, it's not like a dislike thing. It's just I just don't really like the jokes and just like how loud they get. It's not like I can't listen to loud things, but it's just so unnecessary. It's just like it just loses its gimmick after, you know, a few videos. So the answer to that question, I'm also gonna like tell you what my favorite ones are. Not that that was included in the questions, but I just feel like it. I would say aside from like when I start. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Let me rephrase. The main, like, pro players I watch are Hunter and Remy. I like Remy just because he doesn't commentate his gameplay. He does do it in French, but I don't understand French, so I don't listen to it. And, I just like watch his videos just because they're good. You know, there's no, overusing jokes or being loud to worry about. And Hunter is just such a chill dude, you know, doesn't try to make some, like, corny jokes or anything. He's just chill. He's pretty real. I can respect that. He plays Ice Bow. Cool guy. Not too much else to say about Hunter. He's just a chill dude. And I don't watch Sweep a lot, but Sweep is probably the realest CR YouTuber out there. And I can respect that a lot. So yeah. Moving on to the next question. When is our BO5 against Dave himself? I don't know, man. I'm waiting for you. Just tell me the time, and we can arrange something. And last question from Dave here. Name 5 cards that need Evo to revive them. So if I were to give 5 cards in Evo, I would probably say, like, I would say Witch, Wizard, Furnace, Minion Horde, and maybe Expo. Now, I say maybe Expo because I'm kind of scared of what the meta would be to counter Expo, because I really don't want to go through another RG, Big Bone Jones EQ meta. That was torture, and I really do not want to relive that. So that's why I say maybe, but Wizard, obviously garbage. Witch, obviously garbage. Witch is played in, like, 2 decks. Wizard is played in, like, none, basically, except for that one Golem deck, like, somewhat recently. Speaking of Golem. Furnace just sucks. I mean, it's used in some spawner decks, don't get me wrong. It has its place in, like, you know, 1 or 2 decks, but just not really the best card. Horde just sucks. I mean, it's used in, like, 1 or 2 decks, and it just gets easily countered. Like, it's just not great. It's really just not great. So that's why I'd say I would probably evolve. Chifilo says, how do you make such good videos? So I replied to them, and I said the same way you make such good comments. So I kind of already answered the question, but I figured I would give an actual answer as to how I make my videos. It's a pretty simple process, so. First of all, I log on to whatever game I'm playing, usually Clash Royale, sometimes Clash Mini, and rarely Clash of Clans or Boom Arena. And then I decide what idea I want to do, if it's going to be a unique idea, if it's going to be a Mega Draft Challenge unique idea, if it's going to be like just a deck I came up with, like some Goonie deck, if it's going to be a video about an update, if it's going to be a serious video, ladder, you get the point. After that, I start record the gameplay. If I don't like how it went, I'll restart the video. If the audio gets messed up or something, then I'll restart the video too. Just whatever happens. Yeah, it's really not that complicated. There's not too much to talk about. After that, I upload the video. If I need to separate it into multiple parts, then I put it together using CapCut. I have no shame. And yeah, that's basically it. Not that complicated. It's pretty simple, actually. So Baby D says, where did me saying goon originate from? So obviously, if you consistently watch me, you've seen a few of my videos, you know that I love the word goon. I don't know if there's a single video where I don't say the word goon. That's how much I use it. And to answer the question, I don't remember. That might be a disappointing answer, but I really don't remember. It's relatively new, like me saying goon. It's not like it just happened within the like past few months or anything, but I think it's only been like the past year, I want to say, I started saying goon. So yeah, past year, I've been saying goon, basically. Again, not really sure where it came from. I think I just wanted a funny word to replace, like, dude, or bro, or, you know, whatever you use to describe someone, just because I haven't really talked about this, but the comments that say, like, a bro said, bro does, bro is, bro blah blah blah, skull emoji, like, I just despise those. And it's not like I don't use the word bro. Bro is still a good word, but when used like that, it's like, eh. So, and so many people were saying bro, so I was like, I want to find something else that's, like, you know, better, funnier. So I ended up going with goon. Now, goon, me deciding on goon has nothing to do with the new terminology it has gained recently. I'm not going to explain it because it's not really not really important to what we're talking about, but you can probably get the idea. It was just to try and find a new word to describe, like, someone. I believe that was it. Next question. Am I ever going to release channel memberships? I do plan on doing this. Whenever I get monetization, trust me, channel memberships will come out. The only things I can promise that when it comes out is that there will be, like, the badges you get for being a member, and I will also, like, every scrapped video I make that is still salvageable, I will post exclusively for members. That's all I can promise right now. It's not gonna be like some big thing, but so yeah, when that comes out, just be on the lookout for that if that's something that piques your interest. So I saved the best question for last, and this wasn't asked on my community tab, one of my recent videos. This was asked 9 months ago by Haddam. Haddam asked me, where did the name Lazer come from? Like, how did you even think to name yourself that? And it's actually an interesting story, so I wanted to save it just because I thought it was interesting. But yeah, let's get into the name Lazer. Like, what is Lazer? So, the name Lazer originates way longer than you probably think it does. I first got the name Lazer 13 years ago. So I didn't get that done in time. Damn it. Too busy. Focus on the Q&A. What a bad YouTuber, not ignoring the questions. So the name Lazer, I started using it 13 years ago, and I originally made it on Roblox. Now, you might not know what Roblox is. It's basically just this, like, Lego Minecraft looking kind of game. Anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. But what does matter is that in the early days of Roblox, there was this game. That was a bad firecracker by me. And in this game, there were, like, these cube-ish shaped doors which had lasers going through them. And me being dumb, I thought that naming myself Lazer would let me go through the doors, because these doors you could only go through if you were the owner of the door or if you were friends with the person who owned the door. So basically, I thought I was some genius by naming myself Lazer. Excuse me. And I thought I could go through the door. That is the origins of Lazer. And the name Lazer actually comes from laser beam. It wasn't always just a laser. So that's where the name Lazer comes from. It originates from Laser Beam 100, which was the name of my account. And so laser beam, obviously the beam part is because I shouldn't have to tell you, but it was a laser beam. Anyway, to answer the rest of the question though, or not rest of the question, answer the rest of the name. Laser beam the fifth the door, obviously, and 100. 100 was just my favorite number back then, so I just stuck at the end of the name. Laser Beam 100, called it a day. And using Z looks cooler than an S for laser, so yeah, that is the entire origin of my name. This is the end of the Q&A section. Now we're going to move on to the next section. Alright, for the next portion of the 1000 subscriber special, this is going to be the long-awaited cat reveal. Without further ado, I will reveal my cat. I really hope you enjoy this as much as I will.
Let's go. Let's go. Gotcha. Kneel, numbskulls.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? So, we are here with the long-awaited cheese tier list. Everyone's been wanting this, begging me, demanding me, hounding me, pleading with me for it. And I'm finally here with it, so you can stop everything you're doing. We're here. And yeah, I got every cheese that I've tried in my life that I can remember. If I missed one, or more than one, it is what it is. But without any further delay, let's just get into it. So the Wendy's nachos, that cheese. I was going to say Wendy's nacho cheese, but I don't want to confuse it. It's not nacho cheese. It's cheese that goes on nachos. So it tastes pretty good, but this tier list is based off of how good it tastes and how real it feels. So while it tastes good, it doesn't feel real. It's just like liquid cheese. Don't get me wrong, it tastes good, but I can't give it anything higher than a C. Again, it tastes good, but it just doesn't feel real. It's just melted. It's just liquid. You can drink it if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend doing that. It's pretty good. You could do that. All right, moving on to the Tostitos cheese. Now, this is pretty similar. This is like it's a dip, and again, it tastes pretty good. But it's definitely not, it doesn't feel real either. It's kind of the same thing. I think this one is a little bit better in terms of feeling real. The taste isn't as good, though. So I think these two are basically just about dead even with each other, so we'll put in the same tier here. Alright, cheddar cheese. Now, cheddar cheese is a major player in the cheese game. He's probably the most, like, recognizable cheese. You walk the cheddar, it's like, yeah, cheddar knows everybody. He's talking to everybody. Everybody talks to him. He's just that guy. He walks around. He thinks he's the big dog. And he's definitely good. He's definitely good cheese. No one's denying that. He's got a lot of variety. He goes on pizza. He goes on nachos, lasagna. People like to make chicken parm with him. Like, I mean, what can't this guy do, right? So, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Now, taste-wise, again, pretty good. Obviously, it's real cheese. It's not American cheese or anything. American cheese doesn't count. So, I think we'll put him in the A tier here. I think he deserves it. I don't think he's the best, but I think he deserves the A tier. He could be an S tier cheese. Like, I just want to reserve that for another cheese. But yeah, cheddar and A, I think we can all agree on that. Cheddar is pretty good. All right, up next we have mozzarella cheese. Now, mozzarella cheese, he's kind of in the same lane of as this cheddar guy, you know. Everyone knows him. He's good. He goes in a lot of things. You know, people like him for dips. The pizza. Everyone loves the pizza. Like, this guy just does it. Like, he just does it. Now, overall, this guy, obviously, he's real too. And I think he tastes even better. While I don't think he has as much variety as cheddar, I do think he's slightly better. So for that reason, mozzarella is going in the S tier. Congratulations to mozzarella. Moving on. We have the cheese that you find with like the breadsticks. So I never ate this specific brand of Ritz, whatever this is called. But regardless, I couldn't find the actual picture. So basically, if you haven't had this before, there's like these like, I don't know, 8 breadsticks, maybe 6. And then there's like a little thing of cheese. It feels like they put plastic in there and just like mix it together like a witch with a spoon and a cauldron. That's what it feels like. It tasted okay, but yeah, it's just it's going in not real. I mean, come on now. Like, what else is it going to go in? It's not going to go in S tier. It's not going to go in D. It's not going to go in C. It can't compare to the C's. It can't compare to anything else. Like, it's just not real cheese. It's simply not real. Speaking of not real cheese, moving on to Cheese Whiz. Now, a lot of you might know who this guy is. You know, he was like your go-to for like grilled cheeses back in the day when you were young. You had them. You're like, oh, this is so good. And you try like a few years later, you're like, oh. So, taste-wise, again, doesn't feel real. Like, it just doesn't look real. I think it's maybe slightly better than the breadsticks. So I'll put it above, but it's still going in the not real tier. Like, there is just no way that cheese is real. Like, that's not cheese. There's not a single ounce of cheese in that. Like, there's just no way. Moving on to cheesecake. So, I'm not the biggest fan of cheesecake, you know. But I can recognize why people like it. It's definitely got that sweet... It's for sweet tooth. It's got that sweet feeling, you know. And I've had a cheesecake, you know, a few times before. Some of them tasted good. But when I eat a cheesecake, it's just like... I feel like I'm about to instantly get diabetes. I don't know why. But cheesecake, it's okay. It's not my favorite. I'll put it in D tier. I know it's going to make a lot of people mad, and I'm sorry. But yeah, cheesecake, it's just not my thing. Maybe I need to find a good cheesecake, but... I mean... No, you know, I'll move it up to C. I'll move it up to C. Because I've had a good cheesecake before. It tasted good. It was the weirdest feeling thing in the world. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, my brain can't comprehend what that was. It just kind of happened. Alright, next to this... Next, we have the Kraft Parmesan cheese. So, fun fact, I think Parmesan is like a city in like Italy or something. I could be wrong. And then if you have a cheese that's named Parmesan cheese in there, it's illegal because it's not actually Parmesan authentic. I could be wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but I heard something like that somewhere. Anyways, that's nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but just fun cheese fact. Anyway. So this cheese, it's not real. I mean, sorry, let me rephrase. It's kind of real. It's not like real. It's like how soda is like syrup and water. It's not just soda, you know? It's like, it's not water. It's definitely soda. But I mean, this, you can sprinkle on some stuff, you know, your chicken, your spaghetti, whatever you want to, I guess. You can sprinkle it in your mouth if you so please. I wouldn't do that, but there's some people who probably would. And he definitely feels realer than all these guys, except for the cheesecake. The cheesecake is definitely realer, I think. Now he's going to go in the B tier. He tastes all right. He's somewhat real. He's definitely not up there with the big dogs, but it is what it is. All right, next we have cheese curds. Now, I used the picture of poutine because I feel like it just shows you better what we're supposed to be looking at here. So cheese curds are just like these little things of cheese, typically used in poutine. They're just like little blobs of cheese that you eat. Definitely not my favorite. I know I'm Canadian, that's probably shocking to hear, but like cheese curds, just, they're not my favorite. Maybe like all the times I've had them, they just haven't been that good, but I just prefer when they melt the cheese on the fries. And then, you know, all the gravy and stuff with the poutine, that's what I prefer. So cheese curds overall, I think they're definitely real. I don't doubt that they're real. But in terms of taste, they're just not the greatest to me. So I'll probably put them at the top of C just because, I'll probably put them at the top of C just to respect the fact that it is real cheese. I don't think I don't really like to taste them better than like the nachos or the Tostito sauce, but still gotta respect it. Alright, so next we have blue cheese. Now this isn't actual blue cheese, please get out of the not real category. Probably isn't real, honestly. It's probably just mostly mold, which is cheese. But we have the blue cheese now. This isn't actually blue cheese. It's like a dip I tried before. I haven't actually tried real blue cheese. But there's like this dip, and it was like some blue cheese dip. I put on some bread, put on some crackers. It was pretty good. And, you know, I think it was real. I mean, it looked real. It was just like a spread, so, you know, it was pretty good. So I think I'll put it at the top of B tier. It's pretty good. I don't think it's the same level as cheddar or mozzarella, but it was still pretty good. I gotta respect it. Like first impressions with it, it was pretty good. So I mean, yeah. All right, next we have Parmesan, the authentic Parmesan, not this guy. Actual Parmesan. Look at that nice slice of triangle cheese right there. It looks so amazing. And Parmesan is really good. Sprinkle on your spaghetti, your salads. Some people just put it right into their mouth, which I've actually seen before, which is something, but you do you. Yeah, this cheese is definitely some good cheese, you know. And I'm kind of debating where to put this guy. Like, does he deserve S or A? I don't know. It's a tough choice. It is a tough choice. I need to think about this. Okay. I've reached my decision. Parmesan is going in S tier. I still think mozzarella is better, plus I use it more, so, you know. But it's definitely good. It is definitely good. Alright, so now the final one, final man here. Please go away, save for download. We have the cream cheese. Now, I like cream cheese, and you might be surprised hearing that, because you said, oh, you don't like the cheesecake. And that is true. Cream cheese is used in cheesecake, I believe. But I'm just not a fan of it. But normal cream cheese is pretty good, you know. Put it in a dip, tastes pretty good. Put on a piece of bread, put a piece of meat on there, it's pretty good. Put on some crackers, it's pretty good. I like this guy. I definitely like this guy. I think in terms of everybody else, he's going to go in B tier here, just under the blue cheese dip, which I don't think is actual blue cheese dip, but is what it is. Or sorry, spread. My bad, not dip. Spread. So anyways, this is the final list. I don't think I'll reconsider. I think everything's correct here. The S tier, we've got mozzarella, Parmesan. A tier, we've got the cheddar, all respectable. B tier, we've got the not blue cheese spread. We've got the cream cheese and the Kraft, still respectable. C tier, we have the cheese curds, the nacho cheese from Wendy's, the Tostitos dip, and the cheesecake. You know, it's still edible. It's obviously not the best stuff in the world, but still good. And then finally, we have not real the Cheese Whiz and the plastic cheese from those bread sticks. So, I mean, yeah. I think overall my list is pretty good. Maybe some people disagree with me. The cheese enthusiasts might get mad at me for some of my ranks. I don't know. I feel like the cheesecake is what I hated for most. But overall, I feel like aside from that, I think everybody would agree with this. So yeah, let me know what you think if you want to. But this is the cheese tier list, and yeah, this is the end of this portion of the 1K sub special. That's the end of the 1K sub special. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for getting me here. A little bit late, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I truly never did think that this would happen, but I mean, hey, pretty cool that it did. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, take care.